Hi, I am Dr. Lydia here, and we've got Dr. Brett as my test dummy here at Delta Health. So right now what's really big is we have seasonal allergies kind of changing, weather's changing, so we might be getting a little bit more into that cold flu season, but then also kiddos who are teething, those are some big things. So I'm gonna give you some at-home tips that you can help with releasing congestion, but then also keeping more of that motion in their ears to help with that drool that's coming out so that we don't get those ear infections, and then also congestion there at home. So first thing what you're gonna do is really focusing on how do we get this congestion out of here, because we don't want it to sit in here. So what I do is I take my fingers here and I'm just tapping across these sinuses. And what that's gonna do is help break up all of that congestion in there. And you're going over the top of the forehead and then next to each sinus here. Then what you're gonna do, this is typically not as comfortable, but this is where you're gonna sweep into those sinuses. So I'm coming here and I'm going out and around, and you wanna go outwards towards their ears because eventually you're gonna go down and you're trying to get it to go down their throat. So we're going through here, and then you can even like pinch eyebrows. Like if you feel a lot of tension in here or they're like, ooh, that hurts a little bit more, you can get into those eyebrows a little bit more too. And then the next spot, which is gonna be, especially if they're super inflamed, a little bit more tender, is you're coming right here to each side of their nose and you're stripping down, and then you're going outwards. And again, like if pressure is too much, you can always say like, do you want me to lessen it? Anything like that. This also really helps soothe kids if they're super anxious as well. And then we're gonna turn their head one way and we're just going down here. You're gonna follow this muscle here, and what you're doing is you're just sweeping it out and down into their throat. And we're gonna go to the other side, do the same thing. So those are gonna be big things that you do when they're laying down. Now, when they sit back up, now we need to get into ears. So big thing with kids. Adults, their eustachian tube, when it comes in, it goes up. So when adjusting ears with adults, we go down and up. With kids, their eustachian tube actually goes down. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna pull down, and you're really just doing more of this like traction with it. And then you're gonna do a figure 8. And that's gonna help loosen up their ears. And you'll do that on both sides. So there are some tips to help get rid of that congestion, and then also help make sure that none of that creates an ear infection.